Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, from the beautiful hilltop home high above Newport, Pennsylvania, and the Bojack's Tobacco Shack as well, this is Tug It. We're coming to you from a very picturesque location here. We had the venue available. We thought we'd try out a podcast here, new settings, new lighting, just everything.
Makes us look better.
Yeah, maybe.
Hopefully they can see it good.
Yeah.
We're freaking high, I'll tell you that.
Obviously.
You see the river, you can see the whole way to the next county.
Yeah.
Juniata County up there. Little Buffalo right over there, State Park.
I don't know if the cameras are doing it justice, but looking out up from this big piece of glass, it does.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. So obviously Keith is here and I'm here and BK is behind the board and the cameras, and that's just us tonight. So
Andrew couldn't make it.
yeah.
Last minute changes. Well, we decided this last night while we were drinking that we were going to do this up here today.
It's always a good thing to do, make decisions while we're drinking.
Well, that's why I was like, are you sure? I was like, I wasn't sure how serious you were about coming up here, moving everything.
Well, I wasn't sure exactly how much of a pain in the ass you wanted to go through. I mean, it didn't turn out to be that big a deal.
It's not that hard to move shit around. Yeah, a couple cords, a couple stands.
Yeah.
We're pretty mobile. It doesn't take a whole lot to please us.
No.
We're easy men.
Or men. It just doesn't, we're simple people.
We are simple, yeah. We're easy to please.
Uh-huh.
Speaking of pleasing, were you pleased?
Very surprised yesterday. I knew something was up. As you know, my honey has been laboring over this surprise birthday party.
I didn't know that that's what she's laboring over. And we're still not sure. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see if it clears up. But yeah, maybe she was stressed about that.
She gets stressed over Thanksgiving dinners, over backyard parties, over all that kind of stuff. So,
and then what the fuck happened to her daughters? Because they have none of that fucking stress.
No, it's kind of whatever happens, happens.
They had 3 drinks at the bar. I ran the bar last night.
Yeah,
at Rich's surprise birthday party.
This is what we're talking about. I was my birthday was yesterday. I turned 113.
I think.
Yeah. And I specifically said to Anita,
He's dirt right now. He's turning into dust soon.
I specifically told her I do not want to fuss. I don't want to party. I just don't want to fuss. You're getting to the point where I've had enough birthdays. I kind of don't want any more. Mm-hmm. I want to live a lot longer, but I don't want any more birthdays. But
that goes hand in hand.
Yeah,
living in birthdays.
So she planned this wonderful surprise birthday party at our younger daughter Liz's house in Newville. Mm-hmm. And
which I was like, fuck.
Yeah, I know. I as soon as I walked in and saw you there, I said, "Oh, he must have been bitching all the way down here."
I've been bitching for weeks. Why the fuck was she having it all around there?
Couldn't we have it at the Hard Hat?
Yeah. I wanted to have it up here.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
Yeah. But the thing was, the nearest hotel from here is, 35 minutes, 40 minutes.
Correct.
So all those people coming up from, they came from what, Boston?
My sister and brother-in-law came down from Boston. My sister and brother-in-law came up or out from Phoenix.
Yeah.
And my niece and her husband and their son came up from Raleigh.
So what I thought, I was like, yeah, but there's like 4 bedrooms up here.
Yeah.
I was like, we could have, the people that are far away could just crash here. Yeah. But we ended up down there. You walked in. So talking about the girls not fucking worrying about anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They put up signs for drinks. They put up 3 signs. One was pre-mixed punch shit, The 2 other ones were, I don't know, gin, orange juice, easy ingredients. I forget what they were called. They were all drinks from the 20s.
Yeah.
And Oh, there was 4. Yeah. The fourth one was an old fashioned.
Mm-hmm, I saw it.
So I was just hanging out behind the bar. That's all I was doing. I was just hanging out with Allie over there. Mm-hmm. And someone walked up to me and they're like, hey, I'll take a blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay. So I started mixing drinks. And then I stood there all fucking night mixing drinks.
Nice. Did you get paid?
No, I didn't get one fucking tip from all your fucking cheap friends. Not one goddamn tip. Can't believe it. And I was making good shit. Hell, I was making shots, doing rounds of shots. But so anyways, then eventually someone walks up, and this is where it comes to the girls not caring. They're just like, eh. They put up the sign old fashioned, but they don't have any simple syrup and they don't have any bitters.
Yeah.
All they have is ice and whiskey.
Did they had cherries?
Yeah, there was some cherries.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So I made one for your niece. And I made it with syrup from the cherries as a substitute. And it turned out really good. Yeah. And I used Evan Williams cherry whiskey too. Yeah. And it was sweet and tasted damn good. Yep. But in the meat, I was like, you only have 4 drinks and you the fucking ingredients.
Of course not.
Or one of them. And so Allie's like, oh, I'll just make some. Like I'm the dick, you know? So I was like, I'll just make some. I was like, okay, go boil a pot of water in the fucking party.
Some bitters?
No, simple syrup.
Oh, okay.
Bitters, that was out of the question. We couldn't get it.
Couldn't get that.
But so she goes over there and you know how busy it was. It was crowded.
Yeah.
So she turns on the stove and boils water and makes simple syrup during the party. And then I put it outside to cool down because it was just too fucking hot to use. Yeah.
Yeah. And it didn't take long to cool down yesterday.
It was freezing. Yeah. So, just not caring. It's just so funny that your wife is like that and those girls are like that.
Yep.
Because you know what? So I'll change it to. So that was Allie.
Yep.
Was like, whatever. It's simple syrup. I'll just make some. You know. I was like, okay, yeah, but. But the tone that was like, I'll just make some. Yeah. Like what?
She has the tone.
I was like, I didn't put this on the menu. So then Liz, the opposite way, your other daughter, the neighbors brought their dog. Yeah. Of course. And it's a 6-month-old, what was it, Great Dane?
I don't know.
I think someone said it was a Great Dane.
I don't know.
It was 150 fucking pounds at 6 months. Well, it came in with the other 2 dogs from outside. Mm-hmm. And I know this was the first time they met in the kitchen. And I'm standing there and this big dog is just running in circles, sniffing asses and pissing the whole fucking time. Just pissing all over the place. And I swear some got on my feet because I was fucking jumping back. It was just spraying everywhere. And somebody told Liz and Liz was like, yeah, we'll get it later. And the owner of the dog threw down 2 paper towels and did 1 swipe and then just threw it away. Never washed her fucking hands either. Yeah. I watched that. Now that soaked right through that. Dog piss was 1,000% on her fucking hands.
Mm-hmm. They're next door, I think. I'm not sure.
Fucking hogs. Keep your dog next door. You're only going next door.
Only going next door. And if you want to walk next door and let the dog out and piss midway through the party, do that.
Nope, they had to bring it in and pee all over the place. And then, what was it, Dad? It was farting over there behind you, huh?
Oh, yes. Yeah, it was horrible.
It smelled like it took a dump back there behind the bar.
Perfect.
And we actually had to look because it stunk so bad, but it was just gassing up and walking around.
I said, I smell something really bad, and I'm not moving my feet and step in something. So I'm just looking around, and there's 44 people in there.
It was pretty packed for a house.
In 2 rooms.
2 rooms.
Yeah. And a fucking band.
Yes. And the band.
And the band taking up a quarter of the one room or half of the room.
Which was an add-on, actually. I don't know when Allie came up with the idea that she's going to get this band to play.
Yeah, so Allie made that executive decision without consulting anyone else. Yep. And that causes more stress.
It causes more stress because then Anita's saying, oh my God, I'm going to have 70 people. We're going to have 70 people. We're going to put all these people and the band. Holy mackerel. I got to cancel the band.
The band was the best part.
Wow. Yeah.
Don't you think?
Good. Oh, yeah. Weren't they good?
Fuck yeah. You walked in and they start jamming.
Yep.
And everyone stayed quiet.
Yeah.
Allie was losing her mind. She's like, quiet, please. Everyone, quiet, please. They're here. And everyone's like, oh, quiet. That was a lot of people to quiet down.
Yeah. It's like going to a football stadium and asking everyone not to say a word.
Yeah. So what you think whenever you walked in?
My mind just short-circuited. I didn't know. Obviously, when I walked in, I knew what was happening, but I didn't. The band was there. I saw all kinds of people there. I saw my sisters and their husbands and my niece and you guys and people from work in New Oxford. And it just kind of short-circuited. I didn't know where to look.
There was a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah. And some people you don't see that often either.
I don't, no.
Yeah. All drove down for you.
I think my niece and her husband drove up, but the other two flew. But
I think you're missing the point of that comment.
What is it?
That they came for you.
For me, yes.
Well, some actually drove. Some came up instead of down.
Yes, they all came for me, which is it was a wonderful honor, and I'm very pleased and happy that they wanted to do that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, hell, people got on a plane to come to that, Dad.
No.
I didn't even want to drive 45 minutes to go to that.
Mom didn't want to walk from the car.
Yeah, then once we got there, we parked, and I was like, ooh, we got to walk about 100 yards in this cold wind. Should we tell them we got a flat tire on the way?
And just head to the bar down the street.
Just turn around.
What was it, like 20 degrees?
It was in the mid-20s, yeah.
It was so cold. I went outside and pissed out in the backyard because I don't want to use someone's bathroom.
Yeah.
Just because there's a yard.
Yeah.
And so I'm out there.
We do.
Marking your territory.
I was out there pissing on the dog's head that pissed all over my foot. So, yeah, and just that 30-second pee, I came in, I was cold.
Cold, very cold.
Yeah. So I got stuck bartending all night. That was fun.
You did. You did a great job.
Yeah, everyone had a good time.
Yeah, a guy walked up. He says, I'll take an old-fashioned. You went, and I said, he makes a good old-fashioned.
Yeah.
And then there was nothing there to do.
And I was like, yeah, I can make you one. Okay. Yeah, but
had you realized that, you would have brought your smoker.
I wish I would have brought the smoker, and I wish I would have brought my own simple syrup.
Uh-huh.
And I would have been making that whole fucking room would have had old fashions. Yeah. But I was making a lot of good drinks. I made a Captain on Acid shots.
Yep.
Did you see how pretty they were? Did you
Very
notice
nice.
those?
Oh, absolutely.
That layer of red, a layer of blue, and then a layer of yellow.
Yellow, yeah.
First time I ever saw Rich take a shot.
Yeah.
Ever.
Thank God they were small shots.
And they were good, too.
They were good.
Yeah, I didn't make them gross. Because, I saw the crowd. We don't need to drink straight whiskey.
No.
We're over that shit.
Some people are drinking sweet wine, so you don't need a heavy shot.
Yeah. You get a lot of wine?
Got tons of wine.
Yeah.
Yeah, for gifts. That was nice.
Cool. Should have had one today. We should have brought some up.
Well, I kind of promised myself and my liver that I'd try to dry out, but here I'm sitting drinking a beer. So.
Oh. I didn't think about that. Yeah, you probably had a lot to drink last night.
I may have overindulged slightly.
That's the other thing. You came to me at I don't know, in the middle of the party or towards the end of the party, and you said about, are we going to go up there to the hill tomorrow and to the studio? And I was like, yeah, whatever you want to do. I don't know. We'll see. And then I thought, I better check with him because I don't know how drunk he was, and I don't know how he feels today.
I thought there might have been a nap in my future this afternoon, but after we went out, we met my sisters and my family for breakfast in Carlisle this morning. After I get up and got moving and
a nap,
ate something, I was all right.
Dad, do you take a nap every day?
No, not every day. Nope.
And neither do I.
Neither? No?
I mean, it was just a long
A lot
night.
of people take naps.
Oh, I know.
I know.
They're good for you.
It ruins my day.
I like them.
Do you?
But they can make you grumpy.
Yeah, I wake up and I feel like shit then. I feel like I just want to stay in bed. Dina will take a 15, 20-minute nap and get up and be like, and like birds tweet behind her.
Yeah,
She's like,
yeah.
I am so refreshed.
Yeah, I can't do that.
No, I'm like, now I want to sleep all day.
Probably an hour or, if I sleep 15 minutes, it's going to be like, why did I bother?
So
a great time was had by all.
Yeah.
Thank God it's over. The holidays are over. That's behind me.
Yeah.
And now I can go on and live life.
Now I got 2 more things on my fucking. My daughter's birthday is on Tuesday.
That's right, it is.
She'll be 12. And then my dad's birthday
It's in February.
February
9th, 8th, 10th.
February 10th, and it's going to be here.
10th?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Right here.
Cool. We'll be back here.
Yeah.
We're going to bring the podcast studio up again.
I don't know. You know what, though? I was thinking.
We'll just leave it set up.
It'd be great to do the podcast out there.
It'd
in
be
the
great.
Summer.
Yeah, I would like to do that, but the wind out there is always bad. That's the problem.
And it's 20 degrees out there right
It'd be great to do a porno right here.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. We have the lighting for it. We just need the gals.
That's right.
I'm sure some crazy shit happens up here.
Oh, come on.
That seat that you're sitting in right there, Dad.
If it could talk.
Oh man,
I'm stuck to
you're
it.
sticking to it. Yeah.
I thought you were going to talk about whenever this was first built back in the 40s.
This place was built in the 40s, you think?
Yeah, and it has some history.
It was just a weekend party house
Yeah. No one lived here.
for a
No one lived
rich.
here.
Just the millionaire from Newport.
Huh?
He had it, and he had connections.
Yeah, he had a lot of shit.
There's some famous people walked through here.
Was he on the Titanic? That guy? So
No, he was on the ice.
it was a ship that went down,
Yeah.
right?
Well, Rich, you help me out here. What?
The Andrea Gloria.
I don't even know. I think it was.
Andrea Gloria.
I think it was off the coast of New York. It was a cruise ship leaving out of.
I'm
out
not
of New
familiar
York.
with it.
Yeah.
How many years ago? I guess
Oh,
many.
Yeah, this is 50s.
Yeah.
50s.
You were
60s.
probably
I was just a youngster.
50, 60.
It's like
50, between 50 and 60, I was just young.
it was like Isobratina or something like that.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that one.
Yeah, I can't remember.
It sunk. He was on that boat, though, right?
I don't know the history. He was definitely on it when it was going down.
I
yeah.
thought he had something to do with the Titanic, too.
No, he didn't. No.
Okay.
No, I don't believe he would have been born then. 1912.
Yeah, 1912 or 14, whenever it went down. That's a long
12.
time ago. 12.
You're not a big boat guy, are you, Rich?
I'm not.
Have you sailed? What's the longest sail have you done? Like a week on a cruise ship or something?
We were on a cruise ship for 8 days and 7 nights. It was a continuing education cruise where we would take classes on sea days.
Yeah.
And when we were in port, you were partying. Port.
I want to take a transatlantic. Is that what they call it?
Goes across the ocean?
Yeah. I want to do that sometime just to do it. Just go over there and I don't care. Come right back.
I wouldn't. We're not big cruise people. Matter of fact, Anita's been on 3. I've been on 1. We usually prefer the resort living. But you could probably convince me or talk me into a river cruise or a Mediterranean cruise.
A river cruise.
Yeah. They're smaller ships, obviously.
Yeah. If I do a river cruise, it's going to be on my own boat.
Yeah, you probably could do that.
Well, my tugboat. Just wait till I get my tugboat. There was a tugboat for sale, Dad. And it was, the only problem is it's in Washington State, of course.
Oh, that's right. You did.
Yeah.
tell me that.
Yeah, it had like 30 hours on it, on a diesel. And it was
nothing.
like $150,000 cheaper than new, which it was fucking new.
Yeah. It's new.
Yeah. But I don't know how to get it back from Washington to here. I would have to sail down to
down the Panama Canal.
Yeah,
Go through.
and then come the whole way back
or
up
just
through.
Just go all the way down at the bottom of South America through the Straits of Magellan.
Yeah, I'm not going to South America. They got pirates down
that's
there, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the scary thing, sailing all around. Those pirates, you don't know when they'll come up.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to have
called. I forget the name that they are. on the tip.
Pirates.
Well, I know pirates, but there's a particular name.
Yeah.
Modern day.
No, they call them Somalians.
Somalians?
Yeah,
Somalian.
Somalians.
Yeah.
That's
think
only
that's right.
if they're from that country.
Yeah, that's only whenever you're passing Somalia. The rest are just pirates. But pirates.
Arr.
They come in and they start flying the gay flag. Oh, shit.
Yeah, bend over.
We got to get going. They want more than our food and money.
Yeah.
Look at that view.
Yeah. Coming on dusk now.
Yeah, I hope that doesn't fuck up with all our lighting and shit. Anyways, okay, so your party was a blast, huh?
Party was a blast.
The only problem was it started so fucking early.
Well,
Why did it started at? We were there at 4.
I know. And I was told when we were at home, it says, we got to leave at 3:45.
And then she was like bummed whenever we were leaving. I was like, I'm tired. I've been here for 4.5 hours.
Yeah.
Drinking.
And she did mention that, well, I want to buy everyone less so early. I said, Anita,
You want
here
a fucking
for 4 hours,
12-hour
8 hours.
drinking?
Yeah. I said, everyone got tired. The band, they were done
That's
with
the
their
other
play.
thing. The band quits. The party kind of slows down.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
And everyone had a great time.
Yeah.
They get home at a decent hour.
Yeah, I was happy with everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
we
it wasn't
stopped
a
and
bad day.
we stopped and looked at 2 different Christmas light displays on the way home.
Yeah. Did you come back like 2:33 that way?
The mountain.
Yep.
Yep. So that one before you get on the mountain on the right.
Yep.
And then the other one in New Bloomfield.
Yep. That's
And both of them the one had 3 different radio stations. We tuned in and
Oh, yeah.
watched the displays, with the radio. And then that one there in New Bloomfield, freaking crazy.
it is crazy. They have
Yeah.
done that in the past a couple of years. So
Yeah. He rents a lift for an entire month to get ready for that.
what I saw the lift when it was there getting stuff set up, and I wasn't sure whether they were putting it up or there is a company that does it and times everything out.
He has people that helps him.
Yeah.
Helps him, yeah, but he's part of it.
Yeah, okay.
But I don't think he knows, right, Dad? He doesn't know how to do all the programming and everything. I think he has a friend that does
Yeah.
computer work and
Yeah.
stuff.
That's where he gets his assistance. But
It
gets
top
better
notch.
every year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of lights. His son is my neighbor. Mm-hmm. His son lives across the street from me, and his son competitions with me during Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so he the leg lamp the one year I was out there. I got home real late, and his name's Seth. He's out there, and he's all drunk up, and he has a staple gun, and he's trying to staple shit too, and he had duct tape.
Yeah, duct tape's going to work.
Yeah, he had duct tape trying to hang lights and stuff. And then the other problem was he bought a strand of lights that was 1,000 feet long.
Oh, that's never good.
He's out there trying to wrap the fucking posts and everything with 1,000 foot of lights. It was all tangled up, a big
Say he
ball.
might have strapped himself to the pole.
Yeah. And then going across the top, he's trying to duct tape it. I was like, what are you fucking doing? So I went in. We were like out there till like 2 a.m.
Oh, boy.
And I had hooks and stuff. We screwed in hooks and everything. And yeah. But then he was like, man, I really like your leg lamp. And he's looking at mine across the street, and it's glowing beautiful. I have a full-size leg lamp from Christmas Story. And he's like, I've always wanted one. I was like, just fucking buy one, dude. Just do it. Get on the internet. And he's like, I'm gonna. And he's like, oh, they're only $45. I was like, no, they're not. I was like, they're like $300 or something, or $280, or I said, they're expensive. And he's like, here it is. He shows me a picture, and I was like, I don't know, man. I said, that might be like a tiny one or something. And he's like, no, 38 inches. And I was like, I don't know. I don't know how that's fucking possible. Maybe it's a China knockoff. Mine came from the Christmas Story store, and it's like patented and everything. They won't let anyone else make them, but China does what they want.
That's
so
right. He
bought it, and then it came, and it was a cardboard cutout for $45. No lights, nothing, just cardboard.
Nice. Glad that was what money well spent.
Yeah. So he put his in the window, and mine is windows right across the street. I have the real one. And
Did he put like a spotlight in front
No,
of it
he
so
just
it
had
shone
a cardboard piece sticking at the window. I said, you had to punch holes in the back and push the Christmas lights through the whole way around and make it illuminating. But
maybe next year.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this year then I have an outside Christmas tree on my porch. Mm-hmm. And it's so pretty, and it has all the lights built into it. And then we wrap up presents and pile them up underneath this outside Christmas tree. And then he said last year how much he liked it. This year, now he has a Christmas tree out there with some fucking presents underneath. So everything I do, the next year he fucking has it.
I'm gonna say you ought to do something really crazy and see if he follows suit.
We were talking about running some cables in between our houses
across the street,
up high. And
lighting that.
Yeah.
Make it like the center of town.
Yeah, hanging like some stockings and lit up stockings and everything. Yeah. But we just ran out of time and it got cold.
Yeah. You got to start that in the summer.
Yeah.
Get the wire up there.
Yeah, we really got to plan it out instead of just having a drunk conversation.
Some of the best decisions or some of the best stories.
That's how we got here.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Fucking Andrew, I can't believe he's unavailable today.
Working, right?
He's working.
Yeah.
It's a Sunday. I was like, hey, we're going to... He's like, oh, work. Tony's sick. Tony's not here.
They're coming back off the flu or something.
Yeah, Barbecue Chris is missing in action for months.
Yeah.
All his cars are broken down. He can't get here.
Where did I see? We saw them.
I bet you Steve will come if you call him.
Oh, we could get Peter.
I saw Barbecue Chris and Mrs. Chris coming. I was coming up. What was it? Last Sunday? I think it was last Sunday. Anita said, "I wish someone would deliver us breakfast."
Ooh.
And I said, "You know what? What I can do is run down to the restaurant and get a stack of pancakes, and then bring them back, and then we can make some eggs and bacon and all that." So that's what I did, and I saw Barbecue and Mrs. Chris going into the restaurant. Thank you, coming into the restaurant as I was leaving.
They're always down there at that restaurant. That's a good. Oh, I knew that would happen. I knew Rich would have to spill a beer up here. We need paper towels.
Let me get
No, grab paper towels. Rich, you stay here. You're entertainment. Talk to me, God damn it.
I am talking to you. Where's the cleaning crew? They left.
They left already. And those paper towels are pressed and stuff. Yeah, you see that? There's like a little stamp on the paper towels, like they don't want them to be used. They're folded fancy, and then they stamp them.
Mom does it.
Oh boy, beer down.
Just a little bit. I know.
Just pretend it's dog piss. You just do one wipe, and then yep, that's good. That's what they did on the kid. I can't believe that fucking woman. One, it's not her floor.
Not her floor.
It's her dog. It pisses all over. She did two swipes. 3. 1, 2, 3 swipes with 2 paper towels. And then stands up and tosses it away and goes back to the party. The grossest thing is she didn't wash her hands.
Dips her hand into the chip bag. Oh. Or whatever she did. I don't know.
Hey, do you know anything about the shrimp last night? Where'd the shrimp come from?
I have no idea.
They had all those cocktail things.
Yep, but they had the shrimps around the top of the glass.
That whole fucking table was hard to get to. People were always
reaching across, and
there was always people there. I couldn't get to it. But whenever they get up and move for a second, I would run in there, grab a couple shrimp. But did you have any of those shrimp?
I did not.
You didn't miss nothing.
I'm always afraid to eat shrimp unless I know how long they've been sitting.
Well, that's the thing. They sat out a long time.
They were a little dry on the outside.
They were dry, and they were
I think shrimp
way overcooked.
Maybe.
They were way overcooked, whoever did them.
And I don't know whether it's something they picked up at the supermarket or, like I said, I knew nothing about nothing from yesterday.
You know, whenever we got there, well, you don't, but Dad does. We get there, and I'm getting stuff out of the back of the car and stuff, and packing everything up. I got to grab that box of cigars and the cutter and the lighter and my cooler, and I'm getting everything. And I turn around and they're already way down the fucking street. And no, they were gone at that point whenever I finally turned around. And I'm like, fuck.
I gotta carry this all by myself.
I don't know where to go. So I'm walking down the sidewalk with all this shit, and I'm just walking, and I'm like, well, hopefully I'll hear like people talking or a party, and kept walking, couldn't hear no one, and I stopped, and I'm just looking around, and I'm like, I'm going to have to fucking call someone to find out what fucking house it is. And then luckily Jake walked out the back door, the side door.
Cigarette,
or a cigarette or something. I was like, oh, thank God. I'm fucking lost. They just left me out here.
I heard you out there yelling.
I was so pissed. I was like, first of all, it's fucking freezing. I got to carry all this shit. And then you assholes ran off and ran into the building before I could even turn around and see where it was. It wasn't like it was right at the car.
We ran to the warmth. It was nice and toasty in there.
Fucking left me there.
Look at the sun's going down. What a view.
You know what happened too to me last night? I grabbed this ice whenever we were leaving.
Yeah.
And I thought I'll make myself a rum and Coke, and I grabbed the Coke, grabbed the ice, I poured it in there, and I took a drink of it before I grabbed the rum. Thank God. Mm-hmm. And I took a drink and I went, oh, this is fucking cream soda. Creamsicle soda.
Creamsicle soda.
Oh, it was right. It was mixed in with the Coke cans and I grabbed the wrong one. Oh, that shit is terrible. How is that a soda?
That's an acquired taste.
It is. It's a good mixer, but it's not a good drink.
Right.
Yeah.
Who made that into a soda and thought that's what the kids want?
Yeah.
Because I had my kid taste it and she was like, yeah, that was terrible.
Yeah. Maybe it was diet cream soda.
No, it was just regular.
Because I don't mind cream soda.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind a mouthful, but that's it. Oh, here we go.
Too late.
That button is just too far away.
I don't mind a mouthful. You know what I like? The soda, once in a while, grape soda.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Grape soda and a bucket of chicken. Oh, so good. No.
I knew where you were going.
I don't care for grape anything.
It's like so bubbly.
Except wine.
It's so bubbly. Yeah, anyways, you love fucking grape. So the one time we did this long hike and out at the state park and we get over to the soda machine and I was like, oh, I'm really thirsty. I was like, oh, look at this. They got grape soda. Mm-hmm. Awesome. And I'm looking, I had just enough money to put into this thing, the right change amount, And I was like, yes, I'm going to get some grape soda. And I'm putting my quarters in and the last quarter goes, and I would say she was probably 4 at the time. She goes, smash, and hits like fucking Mountain Dew. I was like, you son of a bitch. Fucker. I was slow looking forward to have a little bit of grape soda.
And you were tasting it with each quarter that went in.
It wasn't even Mountain Dew. It was like, I don't know what it was. Maybe Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pecker.
So, yeah. And Dr. Pepper's good, but, if you want a grape soda, that hits the spot on a hot day after a hike.
Do you like Orange Crush?
Yeah. That's like the grape soda. It has like that bubbling, a lot of bubble or something.
The carbonation is really sharp. Mm-hmm. Yeah. When I was running and would come back from a long run, I always had to have 2 Diet Cokes or a real Coke, depending upon what I had.
Why would you get Diet? Why would you ever even buy Diet?
I just like Diet Coke and a sub. I would go to Subway. Before I came home, I would either go to Subway or Giant because they were both on my way home.
Diet Coke?
And then
you would buy Diet Coke?
Yeah.
Why?
He likes
because I like it.
It doesn't taste better.
You know what? It doesn't taste nearly as good as it used to a number of years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's different.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't drink much of it anymore. But back in the day, and I'm talking about 10 years ago probably, 10 or 15 years ago, and when I was doing all of my long runs, on a Saturday afternoon, I get back at 12, 1 o'clock, buy that damn nice big sub, bag of chips.
What kind of sub do you go for after a run? Italian?
No. I would go for turkey or ham, or maybe turkey and ham. A lot of meat.
Ooh. Crazy.
Yeah, going crazy.
And then get that diet soda in you.
Yeah.
So how'd you ever get turned on to diet soda? Were you buying diet soda because you wanted to stay thin?
I think back in my heavy days, the lights just went on.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think back in my heavy days, because when I was a freshman and sophomore in college.
That's so a plane doesn't hit us up here.
Yeah.
It's the plane beacon.
That's a whole other story right there.
Oh, yeah.
That's where it happened. Yep.
What?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, Rich's story's over. Go ahead.
You know,
He's
it
talking
always
about,
is.
He's
It always
talking
is.
about diet soda.
Back when I was a freshman or sophomore in college, I weighed 230 pounds. And
Fat or stiff?
no, it was loose stuff.
Huh?
Yeah, I was just fat.
230.
And then so I decided if I'm gonna drink soda, it's gonna be diet soda. And I went on an exercise. I still had to go to school. I was in school, so you did a lot of sitting. So you had to do a lot of push-ups and sit-ups and blah blah blah. And I lost.
And eating junk food.
Yeah, college diets usually aren't the best, especially if you have to cook it for yourself.
I never went to college.
And if I were
Well, that's not true. I did go to college a couple times.
I bet you did. Did you come out of it with a degree?
Nope. Oh, speaking of which,
Yeah.
one of the drinks I was making last night, this reminds me,
Is a sexy sorority sister?
it was a wet pussy.
Oh, nice.
That's what the drink's called. I was making them and giving them to people, and the one girl was like, "This is really good. What is this?" And I was like,
Do you really want to know the?
I was like, "It's a wet pussy." She's like, "Oh." I was like, "Do you like the wet pussy I gave you?"
Can't imagine who that was.
I don't know who she was.
Yeah. Well, never mind.
It was one of your relatives.
Really?
No, I don't know. I don't know.
It was
That's
probably one of the girls from the massage.
friend
place.
or something. I don't know who she was. But yeah, where were we going with that?
Diet soda. You said how
Oh,
you stand
college.
diet soda. Yeah.
Oh,
If I were to do it over again, I
Yeah.
wouldn't.
yeah.
I would have found a trade. I don't know what, but I wouldn't have spent 5 years in college to wind up where I am today.
Do you think it made you smarter? Because you know a lot of stuff.
I'm
Yeah, but I
sure-
don't think it was college stuff.
No,
He just knows.
I think certainly college made me read more
Yeah.
and exposed me to a lot of stuff. So in that way, yeah, probably. But would I have gotten there anyway? I don't know. Maybe.
You like to read.
I did like to read a lot. Something.
I can't read.
I know.
I can't stand it.
I
I can't sit there and read.
It bores me.
Yeah. Even things that I'm interested in, I just would rather watch a YouTube video
Yeah.
than read it.
It's like watching the movie, not reading the book. Oh, anyway. You said about that light. He said about so airplanes don't hit this
Yeah.
place.
Yeah.
The banister out there on the balcony.
Yes.
I was standing out there. It would have been 1983, and my friend Eric Folgesinger was standing right beside me. We heard this roar, and this fighter jet flew right past us. It was so close, I could see the hose coming down out of his mask and everything. And he looked over, and we looked over, and he just nodded his head.
What did one of these? Huh?
It all happened within 2 seconds,
I bet you he's probably flying at 400 miles an hour.
He didn't seem to be going fast, but
Yeah.
those fighter jets are a lot bigger than what you think. I mean, it was huge. It was a big jet.
Well,
They used to fly a lot lower whenever I was younger, too.
Well, they're practicing maneuvering.
I know, but we never see that anymore.
No.
They used to come down the river right there, and there's the river bridge. They would fly over the river bridge. What would you say? Maybe 100 feet?
Yeah, it's
It was pretty fucking close.
been so long since I've seen that.
And they would.
fly under the river bridge.
No.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise would have done it.
Oh, I would. If I ever. Yeah, I would definitely try it.
Yeah.
So they would break the sound barrier coming down there, following the pattern of the river. And sometimes we're in a house your house, Dad, and it would just be like, and we're like, it sounds like we're about to die.
I will bet you they picked out that river for maneuvers just to practice just following and
Oh yeah, going that fast.
Yeah.
And just following
being
that path.
under the radar.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and just like that jet right out from here, I mean, he's not high.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, those jets were real low though. Those ones that were going the sound barrier, it's just pow, crazy
Guess
shit.
it doesn't matter how low you are. You can still break it at some speed.
yeah, it doesn't matter with the height.
Yeah.
You can always. They can. We can't.
Like, yeah, not our vehicle. Yeah.
Your boat almost can.
Hey, we don't see any drones out here though tonight, do you?
Any germs?
Drones.
Drones. No drones.
No Chinese drones. I was at that party, your party, last night, and
That party.
I came in from pissing, and these people, I don't know who the hell they were, and they were standing there, and I was like, "Oh Jesus!" And they're like, "Yeah, it's cold out there, huh?" I said, "Yeah, I was pissing out there, and one of them fucking drones came down and was looking at me." And he was like, "Oh, really?" And the guy's like, "Those are from China." And he's like, "Oh," another one was like, "We don't know where they're from, blah, blah, blah." And I was like, "No, they were Chinese. I saw them squinting at me."
Yeah, that was an okay crowd to put that one out there.
I figured, what the hell? I'll never
You'll
see
never
him
see him again.
Yeah. Tune in to Tug It. So, New Year's Eve. How about that, Rich? Since we didn't really talk about that.
We didn't, and we had a pretty quiet.
Our
New
great
Year's Eve.
party was
Yeah.
canceled and destroyed by your lovely wife.
I'm sorry. I was trying to convince her, and I almost had her. And
Yeah, so what's the fucking story with the bacon, okay? Because, like, I was just teasing her early in the day. I texted her and was like, when will the candy bacon be done? And I was just joking, you know? And then hours went by, and then I get a text like, hey, I'm making you bacon or something.
well,
I'm making bacon.
I don't remember when it was that you texted the first time.
It was like 2:00.
All right, because I was bound and determined that I was not going to let her sit in the house and just be holiday bluesy, okay?
Yeah.
So we went out to dinner. We went to the Center Street Grill in Camp Hill. Mm-hmm. Nice place. It's a bar and a restaurant. But we enjoy it.
I ate there before.
Yeah.
That's where the homeless guy walked up to me on the front, like the sidewalk.
Yeah.
They had like 2 chairs out there, 2 tables.
Yeah.
He walked up to me and he was like talking to me, being nice. And I was like, oh, yeah, man, okay. I could tell he's a little off, you know.
Sure.
There's a lot of mentally ill people there from the state prison used to be there, right?
Yeah.
And then they just let them walk outside, and then some of them never left.
Yeah.
Some of them just live.
Kind of like the weather, so they just hung around.
Yeah. And I remember we were in the square at Camp Hill one time, and one was sitting there and he shit himself right next to us.
You have stories about people who shit themselves.
We were on the subway.
The subway.
Yeah, in the
York.
subway. I shit myself here before we started. That wasn't my daughter. That was me.
Yeah.
It was. I was blaming it on Addie.
I didn't think it was her in for a second.
But so yeah, I was sitting there at the grill, and I one of my girlfriends was with me. I don't know which one. And we rode the motorcycle down and was sitting out there and had a couple beers, and this fucking guy walks up to me and he's like, hey, have you heard of Jesus Christ? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, I know, man. No, we're good. Yep. Okay. And he's like, okay, yeah. And he's like, God bless you guys. God bless you. And he was all friendly. And then all of a sudden a fucking switch changed in his mind, and I could see it in his fucking eyes.
Went crazy.
Yeah, and he just got really aggressive with us. And he started yelling at me for drinking alcohol and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, Jesus drank wine, fuck off. Yeah. I was like, you fuck off. I said, you better get the fuck out of here right now. I'm going to break your goddamn nose. And he was fucking yelling back at me, and I stood up. I said, I'm going to fucking kill you. And then he fucking started walking.
Yeah.
And at this time, while I'm fucking losing my mind, I was like, fuck it. I'm going to beat this crazy guy up. Fuck him. I'm trying to enjoy my fucking lunch out here.
Yeah.
And the waitress comes out and she was like, and she's like, is everything okay? Was he bothering you? I was like, yes, he was fucking bothering me.
Yeah.
I was like, he's fucking gone now.
Yeah, he's gone
She's
now.
like, I'm so sorry. I was like, it's not your
What
fault.
she would have done it.
Yeah, I was like, it's not you guys' fault. I was
I
like,
want my meal for free.
yeah. I was like, I was just tired of him fucking yelling at me, giving me shit. She's like, yeah, we have a problem with that. He does that to a lot of people.
he's a regular.
Yeah, they know about him.
Nice.
Motherfuckers.
Anyway, the bacon.
The bacon.
So we're driving home from dinner, and she says, "Do you think Keith really wants bacon?"
Oh, jeez.
And
I was
said,
1,000% joking around.
I don't know. I said, maybe if you make him bacon, we can get this party rolling. And then, so she said, I really don't. And she's still in her bluesy. I really don't feel like. I said, I'm going down to the wife's store. I'm getting 2 pounds of bacon. You can make 1 pound. She said, if you go down, I'll make it. All right. So she starts making the bacon, and she puts a pound in the thing and does all the
This
trays
isn't just regular bacon.
No,
people.
this is candied bacon.
Yeah, so they flatten it out and then they gloss it a bunch of times over the time of
brown
bacon.
sugar. Yeah,
Yeah, and it's so good.
yeah. Anyway, bacon was in the oven, doing its thing. Yeah.
See, I'm just going to keep my finger on this button every time Rich talks.
Yeah,
and
it was a mouthful.
Yeah. And all of a sudden, the smoke alarm went off, and I said, "Bacon's done."
I bet you she loved that joke.
No, well, yeah. She goes, "Oh my God, I forgot." One pan was absolutely black.
How can they? Oh, women. Not women, but my mom's the same way. Huh? She cannot cook fucking anything without.
No, she can cook,
burning
but
it.
she forgets she's doing it.
It's not that. Yeah.
Happens at least once a week.
Yeah. I always walk into my parents' house and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Oh, I burnt the chicken.
Yeah. No sense putting a timer on.
So she burnt the first batch. So that
there were 2 pans.
That was your fault.
There were 2 pans in the oven. One burned and one didn't. And I'm saying,
that's weird.
Did you have the convection bake on? No, I don't use that. Why
the fuck? What is with these people not using convention bake?
I don't know.
The only time you don't want that is if you're broiling something.
Yes.
To get that crisp on the top of like a lobster tail or something
Steak.
like that.
Yeah.
Steak, yeah. What is with they don't like the convention?
I don't understand why they don't go just to the left and push that button.
All it does is swish the air.
Correct.
It makes it perfect in there. It's like a hot tub bubble button.
Yeah.
We should get in the hot tub after this too. Outside.
Yeah, I just cleaned it. Just got it ready.
Nice.
I will if it's not windy.
It's fucking ready for 3 men.
3 naked men.
Yeah, I don't have trunks.
Neither do I.
Hey, if the bubbles are on, it's fine.
Whew.
Yeah, as soon as the bubbles stop, though, it would be gay. The Family Guy. He's in with guys and stuff. He's like, "Yay, hot tub!" And then the bubbles turned off, and he says, "Ew, bath with friends." But okay, so she burned the first or a batch.
Okay. And we took them out, and I tasted it. I said, it just doesn't taste right. And
she burns them often. She overcooks them.
She doctored it up, and I tasted that's better. She said,
hide the burnt taste.
Do you want to go up there and deliver it? And I said, fuck no, I'm not delivering it.
Okay. So this is the thing. Then I said about like, well, my parents are coming up and stuff. I said, and I didn't want to like invite my parents to your house.
You could have.
Through her. Well, it's not.
You know what? At that point in time, I don't know how it would have gone over.
Any other time, I would say we'll be down. But she purposely not had the New Year's Eve party, so I don't want to show up and make a New Year's Eve party.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, what are we to fucking do? I don't know. I said, you guys can come up. My parents are coming over and stuff. And she's like, have fun. That's the text I got. I was like, okay, well, what the fuck does that mean? I guess I'm dismissed.
It means I burnt the bacon and I'm pissed off.
Yeah. And then I was like, well, now the bacon's burnt and that's my fault too. And I'm not even there.
No, it was just one of those weeks. It's more than a day, but one of those weeks where she just could not shake her holiday blues.
So, what made me think, too, we got Chinese ordered right now, people, and it's coming soon. And last week I went into the Chinese restaurant. I called, okay, me and Dina, and she's like, okay, thank you, bye. And she hangs up on me, and she's so unfriendly. That woman up there.
Very short, yeah.
Yeah, she is not going to entertain you for more than a half a second.
Yeah.
I walked in there, though, and Dina.
Is this your oi girl?
Yeah, it's her. And Dina's in the truck, and she's watching. I said, you can stay in the truck. I'm going to flirt with my honey, And I went in there.
Bitch.
And, and I went in there, and I got out my wad, and I had close to $2,000 hundreds in there.
Yeah.
And so she saw that shit. And I saw her eyes like
Boing.
bouncing back and forth, like kept looking up at my
Yeah.
wallet. And I put it in my pocket and stuff. And then she says, so how's the roads out there? And I was like, they're starting. It was like rainy or something that day. I was like, it's a little messy, a little slippy. And I was like, the fog's, and she's like, can you see? And I was like, well, if you squint real hard, you should have a problem. No, I said, yeah, it's not. I said, it's not too bad. I said, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, oh, yeah. And I have to drive to New York tonight, New York City. And I was like, really? You're going up to New York City tonight? And she's like, yeah, I got to make the drive tonight. And I was like, oh, wow. And I was like, I love New York. I was up there, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, oh, yeah, you like to go up there and eat?
I was going to say, did you get an invite?
Yeah, she's like, you like to go up there and eat? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, oh, yeah, the food's so good up there. Yeah. But it was, and that's how she talked too. Yeah. And I was like, all right, well, she wanted to keep the conversation going. I was like, all right, well, yeah, okay, have a good trip. I'll see you. Yep,
Yeah.
bye. And she's like, okay, bye-bye.
Got dinner for two here.
Yeah. And I walked out, and as the door shut behind me, I could see Dina in the truck then, and she's smirking at me. And I get in the truck, and she's like, I've never seen her be so happy. She was smiling, and that was a lot.
She could see her.
Yeah, because she was out there in the parking lot. She could see right in the restaurant. And I said, yeah, she was pretty friendly to me, Dina.
Got an invite to New York tonight.
Yeah. I think, that's funny. She likes the money.
Yeah.
She definitely does. 100%. Oi.
I'll be happy to drive Toyota.
Yep. She'd be my Toyota bitch, and
Yep.
Dina's my Lexus
Lexus
bitch. Yep. Keep the girls happy. So Dina's been sleeping on the couch a lot lately.
Because she has a cold.
Yeah, she's like snoring so loud and shit. So she's doing it so she doesn't keep me up.
Sure.
But now her and I are both kind of thinking like we should just get separate beds. It is so much better not sleeping next to someone. It's fucking awesome. Just have sex and then go to your own rooms.
As long as I have knew my parent or were aware of my parents in their bedroom,
Yeah.
they had separate beds.
Really?
That I remember that. Yeah.
No shit. And that's what her and I were talking about. We got to the separate. We were separate beds, and then at some point, some stupid motherfucker was like, "Let's just push them together."
Yeah.
And then we did that for a long time. Now the other day, I see this ad where it's like it might as well be two separate beds. One's adjusting up and down, and there's even a crease in between them.
Sure.
So it looked like there were like two adjustable beds pushed together. And I was like, at this point, if we totally need two separate settings for everything and heat and sheets and blankets, let's just fucking put 3 feet between them.
Yeah.
Why'd we get off of the two beds?
I have no idea.
Wasn't there something like that in the Brady Bunch? Didn't they sleep separate?
I would think they would have slept separate
on TV.
But I never saw Brady Bunch ever.
Yeah.
Never saw one episode.
Yeah. seem to remember
Marsha.
How do you start? Do you start tight, Rich, and then like spread out over the night?
Yeah.
Do you? Mm-hmm. Is that how it is?
Yeah.
That's like how everyone does it.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you fall asleep, the real you comes out, and it's like, fuck off.
This. I need to get comfortable. I got to curl up. And
she's hot. She's cold. She's moving. She's
That's
wiggling.
always sheets go on. Sheets come off. Sheets go on. Sheets come off.
Dogs bark.
Yep. Usually I don't have to. The only thing that gets warm when I'm in bed is my feet. Sometimes I gotta take my feet out of the covers and just let them.
That's rare.
Oh well.
Dina's nose gets so fucking cold. I have this heat thermal gun by Fluke.
Yeah.
It's like a real fucking gun. And you just look around the room and you could see, you put it on Dina's face, the center of her face is
red.
It's cold.
Oh,
it's blue. It's like almost black, and it looks like there's a giant hole in the center of her face. And it will tell you. And I'm like, Dina, your nose is 58 fucking degrees. Like, you gotta warm it up, dude.
That's weird.
I know.
How's that even possible?
I don't know. And then you take it down from her nose and put it
on
her legs. It's like, whoa, you're 104 down there.
There you go.
You're in heat, girl. That's what heat is.
I'm gonna get into the hot tub.
I think that's where the name came from, where like she's in heat.
Yeah.
I think it gets warmer.
Well, might blood flow.
Yeah.
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 Well, wait a second. That was never a term for humans.
We're an animal. We use it for all other animals except women. For some women, for some reason, human beings don't go into heat, and we don't have a heating.
Well, of course they do.
I think so too. I think it's like before winter,
Probably
summer, early summer, because they want to get.
There is that natural cycle. Matter of fact, we had talked about it on a podcast some time ago. There's a natural cycle where women in between June and September. Something like that.
Yeah.
Is where most of the babies are conceived, and then, of course, 9 months later, they're born.
Because they want to be pregnant all winter.
Yeah.
And pop them in the spring.
Yep.
When it's warmer. Just like a deer. They're just like deer.
Huh. Little white tails.
Yeah, little white tails.
Yeah.
Ooh. They got these fucking butt plugs. They got a little tails white tail
deer?
Yeah, no, like a foxtail. Yeah, all the tails. You can get all kinds of different tails, and these chicks put them in their butt. Yeah.
Where have I been?
They just walk around.
I know
with
my
them.
honey wouldn't wear that.
Yeah.
She doesn't like even thongs. So.
Ew.
Yeah, well.
That's enough of that, Rich. You're going to get in trouble. So the bacon was burnt, and then at some point she said, "Fuck it, fuck Keith."
Yeah, well,
like it's my fault. I didn't know what I was supposed to do. I didn't even know. I was like, Dina, what does this fucking mean? I said, transcribe this from women text to man text.
Yeah.
So I know what I'm supposed to do here. Am I supposed to go down to their house and just pick up bacon and leave? Am I supposed to go to their house and have a party? Are they supposed to come here and deliver bacon? I don't know what
you did. You did the right thing.
I didn't even text back.
I know.
I didn't even text you back. I was like, whatever.
Yep.
I'm done with this.
Everything was fine. Everything, the bacon actually is still sitting in a bag.
I was thinking I would see it last night at the party.
I know. She wouldn't have the nerve to bring that there. No, it's still sitting there. One day it'll get thrown away.
Maybe I can eat it.
Oh, you might, but it's not that good.
It's burnt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not that
Give it to the dog.
Maybe. I don't know if he'd be good for all that sugar, but
it ain't gonna hurt him.
Yeah, probably not.
Keith, is that a plane out there? Look. Yeah, it is.
That's a fucking
drone.
No, that's a car on the ridge.
Ambulance.
That's an ambulance.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's an ambulance.
That's an ambulance over there on the ridge.
Yeah, I couldn't tell.
The fucking ridge is so low compared to us, and the ridge is high.
And the ridge is high.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're way up here.
That's Jamie. That could be Jamie.
Could be. Text him and see if he'll
running the ambulance. No, he stopped the Newport ambulance. He's somewhere else now.
Yeah.
It's getting dark out there. Where's our Chinese food? What time are we running, Dad? We didn't bring the timer up here. The clock.
It is 1 hour right now.
Oh, okay.
Seems longer, but no, we're good.
Where are you at the hit, Dad? Seems longer, but no, we're good. We're good. If I had a nickel every time I heard that from a woman, seems longer, but no, we're good. So yeah, the drink the wet pussy, that's pretty good. So the wet pussy, how I found out about it, the girl that works for me.
Yes.
She turned 21 in October. Mm-hmm. Still never been the end of October on Halloween. She still never was at a bar. And I was like, I said, we're going to go to a bar. So
it's like after work or something.
Yeah. After something. So we stopped and went to a bar, and, it was, I don't know. It was a really good bar. No, it's not Galifty's. I don't know. Gilligan's. Yeah, that's it.
In Mechanicsburg, sure.
Yeah, we weren't in the Mechanicsburg one. We were over on the Harrisburg side.
Got it.
And anyway, so she's like, I don't know what to drink, blah, 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 blah. I got a Guinness that was, I think it was raspberry cheesecake Guinness.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I didn't think that existed.
It was like 8% or something, too. It was pretty
Guinness
heavy.
Guinness actually is a dry, but this must have been something else.
It was like purple. It looked like a milkshake, like a crazy. It was good, though. I was surprised. And then she got an Orange Crush and something else. And then she was like, I really like these drinks. My aunt made them for me. It's called a wet pussy, but I don't want to order it. I was like, you don't want to ask the bartender for a wet pussy? Give me a wet pussy. And so I looked it up on the internet, and I was like, there got to be another name for it. And I was like, hey, she wants this drink, but she doesn't want to ask for it. And he was like, oh, okay. He's like, I've heard of them. What's in them? And I was like, well, a lot of things go in them. No, it was like, I don't know. There was only like 4 ingredients or something. He made her one. And then I tasted her wet pussy. And I was like, damn, this wet pussy's really good. And that's the first time I tasted a wet pussy. Yeah.
And at least out of a glass.
And they're fucking good. Yeah. So I made a bunch at your party last night and gave them to a bunch of people. That's how I was introduced to the wet pussy. So, anyways, Dad, did my grandma and Pap ever sleep in separate beds?
No. Never.
See, they would be old school. I would think at that point maybe they were separate bed people.
Oh, no. Nope, never. Not once.
Don't know.
Your parents were, though.
At least when I started to notice.
Yeah. I think I could go back to that.
Well, maybe. I'm not so sure I need to.
No?
Separate bedrooms, maybe, but not separate beds.
What the fuck does that mean, then?
Well, my honey always needs the TV on to fall asleep.
Oh, that would drive me crazy.
So I've had to, over the past 20 years or so, develop, I won't call it a routine, a method to fall asleep while the TV is on.
Ugh.
Just kind of, set your mind in a different gear.
That sucks. And the light bothers it.
The light,
because it gets bright and dark and bright and dark.
The light is what is the harmful part. The sound I can kind of block out.
Yeah.
But when it does get light and dark, I kind of put the covers over my face and just kind of shade it.
Yeah.
And kind of cuddle up or curl up into a little ball. And
you need to take a T-shirt and just put it over your eyes. Fold it up a couple times.
Maybe.
And lay it over your eyes.
Yeah.
Now, I tried those stupid things, those masks or whatever that go over your eyes.
I think they're bothersome.
Yeah, because they hurt around your ear. They wrap around your head with a elastic strap. Yeah, it's
no good.
Not good. No good.
Rolling up the T-shirt.
Yeah,
from the sleeves. It works.
Yeah.
Is that what you do?
Yes, it works great.
Yeah.
I actually tuck it underneath my head too.
Yeah.
It keeps my head from moving back and forth, and kind of.
That's funny. That's what I do.
Oh.
We've never talked about that.
No. Like father, like son.
I've never slept with my dad. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Works good.
Huh. What do you got, Rich? What do you want to talk about else before, because we're running on the end
wrapping
here.
up.
Yeah.
You know, the interesting thing came about, or an interesting piece of news. Do you think we need a warning label on our alcohol to tell us it's maybe cancer causing?
No, we don't need it, but there's a lot of warning on there, right? That we don't need necessarily.
Yeah, and I'm just...
How about a little bit of self-fucking responsibility and common sense?
Yeah, it says government warnings on top of here. It's on the bottle. Blah, 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 blah. Should be not drink alcoholic beverages during pregnancy because of the risk of birth defects. Consumption of alcohol.
Yeah, no fucking women.
Impairs your ability to drive a car.
No woman
or
believes
operate
that.
machinery. No.
They all think they can have a couple drinks.
Sure.
Yeah, and take a couple medicines.
Yeah.
And I know.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I know.
Yeah.
But just like, did you need a warning label on cigarettes to tell you that you could die from them?
It's fucking lawyers are ruining everything.
Well, is it the lawyers or the litigious society that says, I didn't know I could get cancer from cigarettes?
No, I do believe people are retarded.
Yeah.
But too, you can't ever prove that it's just from cigarettes. They can't. It's unprovable.
You think so?
Yeah, because I know a woman that got cancer and never smoked a day in her life.
There is history of people get lung cancer and never smoked in their lives.
Right. Lots of people.
And there are people who smoke a pack of Camels every day and are 110 or old.
Never get lung cancer.
Correct.
They die from something else.
I guess if you're genetically dispositioned to get cancer, you will.
Yeah.
Of one type or another.
Right. I guess you can speed it up a little bit or encourage it in different ways.
Again, if you're genetically prone to that.
Yeah, but just, I was watching this video of a YouTuber in Alaska, and he's just chasing down these birds with a snowmobile and shooting off the snowmobile. And they're rented snowmobiles, and his 6-year-old son's driving one and shit, and he's filming it and putting it on YouTube. And it's just like, isn't that fucking awesome? Just fucking freedom. No warning labels, no demands, just self-responsibility. Let him go.
Right. Could he hurt himself? Sure.
Sure, he has a gun on a fucking snowmobile and he's 6. And he's driving around shooting at birds.
Yeah.
I remember going out Ridge Road, right where that ambulance was.
Yeah.
It had been 1975. We were on the back of an El Camino doing 65 going to my uncle's house.
El Caminos, Jesus.
Yep.
Oh, in the bed.
In the back.
Truck bed, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. And everyone lives. Sometimes people die.
Yeah, sometimes they do.
Drank out
But
of it.
sometimes people die with warning labels.
I know. I just want freedom.
Yeah.
Just if I decide I want to take my 4-wheeler on the road and go 55 without a helmet, that's my decision. Who fucking cares?
Right.
And it's dangerous. You'll get hurt. Blah, blah, you'll strain the health system. That's what people.
I'll be dead. They'll put me in the ground. The health system won't have anything to do with it.
Yeah. So much freedom up there in Alaska, I would say. They let you do some shit up there. They just drive 4-wheelers everywhere, snowmobiles everywhere.
Well, there's so little population density that you have all that room to do stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the biggest state in the United States.
It is, land mass.
And I think it's only worth 4 in the election.
Electrical college, yeah, which is based on population.
Yeah.
Oh.
So,
Huge.
4.
of course, you get places like Montana and Wyoming, how they have 2.
Really?
I don't know. I'd have to verify it, but yeah,
I'm not
some of
sure.
those mountain states, you just there just isn't that many people. And I was surprised. We did something. We were talking about maple syrup, and Vermont made maple. How many people are in Vermont? And we found out there's probably more maple trees in Vermont than there are people.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Vermont.
It's way up.
Now, that's like the super white state, right?
Super white state.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Maine, Vermont. Yeah.
Yeah. They don't like the cold. They like to stay down in the nice weather, don't they? Us stupid white people are like, let's move somewhere fucking miserable.
Nothing
freezing cold.
There's nothing growing to harvest.
Yeah. It's like, where's the worst place we could move to? Most difficult and least enjoyable.
Yeah.
Most work.
Most work. Yeah, cut down all summer. The little bit of summer that we have, we got to cut firewood every fucking day. That's what we got to do. God, we're stupid. Let's move to Miami.
Yeah.
God.
You don't need to cut firewood. If you're dirty, you just head into the ocean.
Dirty. Yeah. So, all those warning labels, I fucking hate that.
Yeah.
And especially like choking hazard ones. Warning, this is a choking hazard. Like on something that obviously shouldn't be in your fucking mouth. Like,
yeah.
Why don't they put choking hazard? You watch, it's going to be there sooner or later.
Sooner or later, they're going to have
the
one,
meat.
Sooner or later, they're going to have one in your dick.
On
choking hazard.
On my dick. My dick already has all kinds of warning labels on it.
Yeah.
Just to make sure I don't want to get sued. Read that first.
Yeah.
No, like on a steak, you go and buy it. Warning, this may cause choking and death.
A cup of coffee that you get at McDonald's.
It says
has
caution,
a warning.
hot. Yeah, it does.
Don't
say
stick
caution.
it between your legs and spill it.
Does it say that?
Well, no, it doesn't. But that's how it all came about.
Yeah. And
If you
that's
remember.
ridiculous. Yeah, some lady, you know what, though? They were on a fucking crazy rampage. And I'd be okay with some of these motherfuckers that are selling soup.
Yeah.
And I've gotten soup in styrofoam. And by the time I got to the truck and took off the top, that plastic lid was melting into the fucking soup. Yeah, that's too hot. That's
too
not
hot.
serving temperature.
No.
That's cooking temperature.
Never made sense to me. Why cook it so hot? It's
You
already
gotta be,
it's
you gotta
cooked.
be cooking out the taste anyway.
it's already done.
Yeah, turn it down. It just needs to be like 95, 100 degrees
Yeah.
for soup, I think is okay.
Sure.
Or the hot chocolate they give to kids out there at the park.
Yeah.
It's so hot you can barely hold the
styrofoam.
styrofoam cup.
Yeah.
It's coming through. It's so hot.
They're giving it to children.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's just use common sense.
Yep.
We're all smart. We're all adults.
We are.
Well, we're not all smart, but we're all.
We're all adults. We all make our own decisions. Yeah. Some are good, some are bad.
All right. So signing off from
All right, from
on
high atop Newport, Pennsylvania.
the peak of Perry County.
That's right.
Got to hold the button in.
I'm trying to change the
All
views
right.
here.
Let's get some Chinese food. Oi.
Oi.
Later, fuckers.
Bye.
Yeah, I was reaching over trying to change the views. Knocked my finger off the button.